Hello, my dear friends. Good morning. Another sunny day in Belgrade, 21st of October, 2020. Driving the streets of Voždovac, going to Konjarnik via Ustanička street. I was already talking about this street a lot. While looking at the autumn colors in Belgrade, I mean the leaves and everything, you also see there is quite some construction activity in Belgrade still, despite the corona and all this hustle. I'm a bit puzzled because the investment cycle as we speak is even bigger than the one from 2007-2008. I still hope that there will be buyers, sufficient buyers for all these apartments and commercial space, etc. Remains to be seen, because there are numerous luxury blocks of buildings, even the whole estates. There are also more modest ones. Let's see. In the past period, majority of the buyers were so-called gastarbeiters, Serbian residents that have spent or had spent most of their work life abroad, mostly Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, France, Italy, some of them even US, Canada, but this was either from the period of prior to Second World War, so these people do not usually return, or more recent, the IT, let's say, crew that mostly went to the Silicon Valley. However, the ones here in Europe, gastarbeiters in Europe. Gastarbeiters is the German term meaning the guest worker. And given the fact that most of them were practically going to the German-speaking areas, such as part of Switzerland, Austria. Austria, I've forgotten to mention. There is a huge Serbian and ex-Yugoslav minority in Austria, but really huge. The ones that were going after the Second World War, these were mostly, simple labor. Not very educated. They were doing relatively simple jobs, except for some of them that were craftsmen that managed to get better terms. But in most of these countries, over the past who knows how many years, the interest rates on their savings or other types of investments were close to zero. So what most of them did, they took their savings from the countries they were working, and usually now it's also the time when they retire. So the cost of living in Serbia is definitely much lower than in the countries of their temporary residences. And so most of them decided to buy apartments, houses, apartments here in Serbia. Some of them decided to go to their home villages, usually, somewhere in central Serbia. eastern mostly, but also, I mean, practically the entire central Serbia. But also, these are the places where they can really buy cheap properties, houses with very beautiful plots of land. But most of them also decided to buy 1 or 2 apartments in Belgrade, and presumably in order for them to rent them out and get some additional income to their pensions, which in the past proved to be relatively, I mean, solid investment. I mean, considering the return on investment. Let's see whether in future this will be the same. Presumably so. So this was the main source of buyers for properties in Belgrade over the past period. Let's see now with this corona thing whether the things will change. Now there was a wave, a relatively significant wave of people that did not finish their work life abroad, but they got jobless due to the corona, because what the other, I mean, the countries, Western European or US, Canada or whatever countries did, they first discharged or got rid of these guest workers. So they were the first to get fired in the first wave of reduction of personnel due to corona. So tens of thousands of such people returned to Serbia, again due to the fact that cost of living here is much lower, but much compared to the countries where they were residing. And all of them also presumably have some savings, so probably this will be the source of of buyers of apartments in this period and the period to come. This is again my assumption. I'm not an expert in this field, but as I said, this is my pure assumption. Yeah, nice October day in Belgrade. Yesterday I was talking about we were celebrating not really celebrating, but practically making some memories of the 20th of October 1944, when Belgrade was liberated from Nazi troops with the combined effort of Yugoslav partisans led by Marshal Tito and Red Army, in our case led by General Zhdanov, the Russian commander, the Soviet commander. Yeah, so this was, as far as the remembrance is concerned. Okay, in order not to have this video extending for much longer, I wish you a pleasant day. Talk to you soon again. Bye bye.